You are an entree serving of pita bread with tzatziki, and I'm welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News, your favorite traveling stripperoonies, friends. Today, we're looking at the BTC price, about $122,000. We're going to go check out the charts. Michael Saylor has to declare that he's actually not buying Bitcoin anymore. Kind of joking, just for 1 week. We're going to speak about StableCoin SuperCycle, Stripey McStripes, German sexy ladies. We've got the government shutdown, all of that coming your way, and more. The BTC price, my friends, today, when we're looking at it right now, $122,000. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, about 125 to 126. However, it then came back and it's just kind of rejecting down a bit. But we know it's a weekend. That's when the move happened, friends. You can never trust the weekend moves. They're a bit more thin liquidity. The big institutional thrusts have to happen during the week. Don't know why. It is what it is. That's what it used to be like. And maybe crypto's going to change that when we get everybody in the world to become degenerate crypto traders 24/7. And then they're going to wish they never made this thing 24/7. This is Ethereum's price chart, friends. Ethereum is doing an amazing hold of this giant wedge that it's literally spent 5 years making. So if I was to guess, friends, and to keep it family friendly, if I was to guess, if you're a swing trader, I've showed this before, you'd like risk 20, maybe because it's a bit higher now, I guess you'd have to risk 27%. You don't want Ethereum to come back here, and then this is where you are, and then hopefully you can get like a 2 or 3 R, which is rewards for your unit. That's if you're doing like a nice little family-friendly trade, swing trade, but you don't want to be doing that. Do you really want to be spending your time risking 1 to make 2? No, you want to be in comfy spot altcoins. Hasn't felt comfy at all. Trust me, I know. Yeah, it's been a long time, but it is what it is, friends. What can we do? I'm actually going to show you some cute short-term price action as well. Check this out, friends. When we're going in here, this is BTC's price, and I just have some monthly levels. I just use this lazy indicator as well. This is just previous monthly lows and highs. Do you see how we actually went above the previous monthly high? Do you see this is pretty much the level? Okay, this is the all-time high. We actually went above it, and now we've rejected back in. Okay, we've rejected back in. So, I mean, technically, what you actually see now is a lot of bears. What they'll now do is they will come out and they're going to start to see that, hey, we've rejected above here, and now they're probably going to get short. So if you were short, friends, let's say you want to play some macro short, just to show you how these people do it. But also, I'm showing you this because if you do this, you do it like just wrong once, at some point you get absolutely obliterated. Okay, of course you can manage your stops and do everything and do it nice, but you'll see actually, friends, that there's been a lot of stories of people who literally they've lost millions of dollars. Like what Mr. Rekt, I might make a full video on him later on, but a lot of traders, friends, if you see anybody getting crushed now, they basically reveal themselves what they were doing the whole time. They've just been literally just doing turbo shorts the whole time, not taking losses, and they've been averaging in everywhere this whole way. They've been doing turbo shorts everywhere. But this was the short that didn't let them out. Check it out, okay? So Bitcoin comes in. This rejects a weekly level and then a monthly level as well. It comes up, just literally doesn't even respect it. It just like blows up again and then blows up again and then blows up again. If I was to guess, what I think they're doing now is everyone's trying to load a short right under here. But I know this is, you know, you don't know this. If you're trading, friends, you can't predict. You're just trying to react. That's what it is, okay? You're just trying to react. You don't know where the market goes. You just try to get good trades that you're like trying to look for. But you should see these people, right? It's going to look like a good trade. But what's actually going to happen is people are probably definitely loading shorts right here. And if Bitcoin goes above 126, they're all going to have to blow out. Okay, but that's actually what ends up happening, friends, is people getting short. If you're even looking for shorts, okay, what you end up finding out is they'll take a loss, they get obliterated, and then your bags start to go up. And then like you look back, you go, oh my gosh, you know, like why are you looking for shorts in the first place when everything's just starting to move up? You know, I've been waiting a long time for this. So this is Bitcoin out here. That's why I want to show you that short-term price action, just so you get an idea of like how do people actually get destroyed? How come you're making money and then you don't make money? Well, friends, if you have one weak spot, trust me, the market will basically come out and it will blow you apart. If your weak spot is you need money in 6 months, guess what? Your investment's not going to work out. If your weak spot is that you keep averaging into positions, guess what? The market's eventually going to do this, like once, like bang, 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 bang. It does not come back and like reject for you to get out at some break even or anything, okay? So it does come out and just pokes holes in your game. And that's why a lot of people get obliterated, right? But then look, even if it does work out for you, you can't go back and buy altcoins again because the cycle's going to be over. Now, looking at ETH BTC, friends, ETH BTC is still in Pooper Town. Very low levels here, 0.036, hanging around here. Not sure where it's going to go. Hopefully it maybe just hangs around here. And let me just, it's very non-family friendly here. This hangs around here, hopefully, before we're ready to move up. This is the ETH BTC spot price of about 0.05. Yeah, Ethereum's been a shocker, friends. I know everyone, if you're looking at Pulse Chain and Chainlink and everything's looking absolutely dog shit. Guys, I just want to show you something, okay? If you're looking at USD prices, you're looking at it completely wrong. Because when people say, oh, but look at Ethereum, it's done great. Firstly, you're talking about literally a unicorn. That was the first smart contract platform. Secondly, okay, I want you to see Ethereum from its 2017 ratio high. It is still down 75% after 8 years. You see what an abomination that is, friends? 75% down after 8 years. It's been horrific. Now, what people then say is they go, no, what about this coin? Or what about the plasma chain? Or what about the Astro? What about this and that and that? But what they do is, I know you grab like, 8 to 10 coins. You're like, oh, but all these things are amazing. What are you talking? These people, friends, just don't listen to Soyboy cucks. You have cherry-picked 10 coins out of a pool of literally 500 that are getting still absolutely murdered, okay? They're still getting absolutely murdered. And like, friends, even in, who's celebrating right now? Maybe look at, maybe someone in XRP. Friends, XRP people have absolutely nothing to celebrate when I show you this chart. Bro, you are still down from 8 years ago. You're down 89%. XRP, this is the XRP BTC ratio, friends, okay? The XRP BTC ratio. In fact, friends, XRP, you are still down 55% from 2013. Can you believe that? In 12 years, you're still down 55% against BTC. Now, I hope you come and break the high. I really hope you do. But I'm just showing you, friends, XRP has literally gone nowhere since April 2017. Look at this. It's literally gone nowhere on this ratio price. You've taken all this infinite risk. You have not been receiving any reward for it. But I could go on and on about these as well. And it's not what it's cracked up to be, friends. There isn't some mad formula. Oh, let's just do the buybacks. Let's just do this and that. It's kind of funny. There's one guy, I saw him on Twitter. He's like, oh, I figured it out. We should do buybacks for coins. This guy's absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Bro, do you understand buybacks drop by 95% of revenue and activity in the bear market? And then in the bear market, you wash away the whole freaking narrative, and then all the builders come and they build for the new thing that they think retailers are going to want to use. That's what happens, okay? In 2020, we had all the DeFi 1.0 protocols. What happened in 2021 after DeFi got slapped? They built for gaming and metaverse and stuff out here. Do you see them now? Nope. All the builders went for NFT communities. Where do you see them? Nowhere. We moved into JPEG meme coins. Do you see? Oh, what are we building for now? Oh, let's do our stablecoin chains. Yeah, okay. But then it's going to be in the next bear market. They're going to wash away, and then they're going to build for something else. What happens to all your revenue buybacks? Right? Now, of course, you think you want revenue buybacks, friends. It's easier. Like, it's not as... Look, Bitcoin has no revenue buybacks. It has no buy and burn. Nothing. You don't need that. You need people to basically refuse. You need people to refuse to give up. Okay, that's what Bitcoin has. People who refuse to give up. Now, what I'm also going to show you, friends, is we're looking at... Let's go have a look at some of the charts. We'll look at Ethereum's anti-Semitic box, which we have right here. Ethereum's anti-Semitic box, I mean, it is really making its way through. Where you have Ansoy talking about shorts. Friends, what I want you to learn from Ansoy is... Yeah, he binked it. He made like, 80 to $150 million from Solana, I think. But and a lot of people, they give him shit now. They're like, hey, man, you're washed up. You're washed up. You can't make calls. You can't make calls. You're too bearish. It's trash. Look, glass half full or glass half empty. I'm a glass half full person, and you should be too in markets, because what you've learned from Ansoy is he fluked one shot and he still made his $100 million. Okay? You don't need to consistently see what's around the corner. You don't need to consistently get things right. You don't. You just need one home run. You just need one home run. Then, of course, you might ask the next $1 trillion question. What's the next home run? Then there's 50,000 opinions out there of people out there. I get it, friends. It's very hard, right? I'm betting on StableCoin SuperCycle. Okay, I'm betting that Pulse Chain's cheap. I'm betting that Chainlink's still cheap. I think hopefully Chainlink flips XRP in market cap one day. That's what I'm betting on, okay? It can take forever. But that's the market, friends. That's it. In crypto, we get enormous gains like these. And it's a new industry. And yeah, we're at the mercy of the cycle, which I've been mentioning to you many times as well. So I've got to remind you as well. You got to remember, friends, every time you see a scum soy boy on your timeline, okay, every time you see a scum soy boy on the timeline, they always will say like a snarky comment. They'll go, oh, you're blaming your bags on being down with the market. And then what they'll do is they'll go cherry pick one thing. Friends, you know how much of people who talk like that, friends, are the biggest losers of life. Okay, friends, that is the guy, okay, he's gone to, let's say, he's gone to a tribe in Africa, okay, literally destroyed by poverty, okay, destroyed by poverty. And he says, well, there's prostitutes here. I'm not going to use a condom. Yeah, they got AIDS and HIV. Why? You want to know why? Because I know a story out there, cherry-picked, that I read on Reddit of like one person who like dated a stripper and now they're married. That's great, right? It's actually one of the Enron guys, friends. You remember the story of Enron? Funny story, right? So the Enron guy as well, Enron was running a Ponzi, but his wife caught him cheating with a stripper. So she forced him, he had to sell all his stocks. He sold right before they collapsed and he married his stripper. He's still with her today, okay? So imagine that guy, he's literally gone to Africa. He's gone to Africa, stricken by poverty, third world countries. Like, you know what? I know they all got AIDS, but, okay, there's this cherry-picked story of one guy who went down this path of life and it worked out great, okay? Do you see how, like, vulgar and, like, ridiculous it is for you to take a bet on that? Well, friends, whenever people come and cherry-pick these, like, 8 to 10 coins that they were never hearing of when they were cheap anyway. They didn't believe in them when they were cheap. They only care about it now that it's up, okay? That's exactly what's going through my mind. What should be going through your mind, okay? These people did not care about, bro, you weren't talking about Plasma Chain a year ago. You weren't talking to me about Astra a year ago. I didn't, friends, all these people who are talking stuff like this, you weren't farming the hyperliquid airdrop. I didn't hear that from you. Only after they go up, they go, oh, well, you know what? Everything's going up. I know, man. Psychological, friends, it feels like everything is going up. You want to know why? Because when you have a starving village, which is pretty much all of the altcoins, and no one's got food, when one person, literally, friends, they get like, literally, like they eat one of these little bush scrub, bush caterpillars, right? Like Bear Grylls, right, out there eating the bush and like literally drinking his own wee-wee and eating like a caterpillar and saying, well, you know what? Things are great. There's plenty of protein and hydration here. So that literally depends. That's the environment of stuff going out here. That's why I actually show you this is the business cycle out here. Or everything that's good that's ever happened in crypto, okay? The good stuff that happens, it's in PMI 55 plus environment. People are happy to speculate on the future. Right now, we're in a PMI 49. Okay? We're in a PMI 49. No there to say. You know what, friends, you should even know this as well, okay? When we had DeFi season 2020, okay, look at this. The PMI went from, okay, look at this. It started pretty much June, July, August. That was it. So it went from 50, and then look, 52, and then August, 55. You see that? It literally went 50, 52, 55 in 3 months. That was the final 3 months of the DeFi alt season. Okay, and we actually had something there. And then guess what? It didn't even last. Then you had another basically 1.5 alt season after that. But we haven't had that yet, you know? We're waiting for interest rates. We're waiting for whatever it is. We don't know, man. Like, you're waiting for time. We thought it was going to be a 4-year cycle. They've done a rollover debt of 5 years. Okay, so you do have 2 options, right? You can either hold or you can just sell and leave, okay? Check out this news as well, friends. So we have pretty much total crypto claiming 4 trillion market cap. Remember, I made for you videos yesterday. We're talking about blockchain backer selling 50% of his crypto portfolio. And why that's huge is because he's a contrarian himself. I told you, friends, to believe the cycle, man. It's tough. Like, you want the reward. It is tough, friends. We literally have one of the biggest KOLs who goes against the crowd. He's like, I'm 50% out. You understand? Like, historically, you know, fading him on these swing moves doesn't turn out too well at all because he's going against the crowd. He's like looking for reasons to fade the crowd. But that's why I showed you the PMI environment. We're still cool. That's why I'm still continuing to hold, okay? Also, he's using all these like price action fractals and it all comes down to 4-year cycle and fractals and Fibonacci things and whatever. Like, I get it, bro. I get the squiggly lines. I get the squiggly lines. But also the squiggly lines, they don't show me StableCoin SuperCycle. Do you understand? The squiggly lines, they don't show me The US Treasury ARI Secretary Besant coming out saying we're going to get $2 trillion US stablecoins by 2029. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't show me that stuff. So, like, we still have to be mindful of this qualitative information that you can find out. Plus, friends, you can see with your own eyes, bro. Is anybody euphoric? No. Coinbase App Store ranking is literally like 280. Like, whatever. I'm going to keep holding. Check this out as well. A trader has turned $3,000 into $2 million after CZ's post sent the 4 meme coin soaring. So, CZ, friends, now that he's back from jail, from the pen, I think he's trying to take Soylana's lunch a lot. So he's trying to take everyone's lunch. You know, because Binance have the network. They have the network, they have the customers. And this is everything that I told you. You don't need the best tech, bro. You don't need the best tech. You don't need to have the utmost, highest, mad coding skills or anything out here. You just need the biggest network. You got to do whatever you can to have people who believe. And guess what? Binance got a lot of people who've been typing Binance.com to go log in and check where the crypto section is, right? So this trader, though, turning 3K into 2 million, it's great. It is a lottery ticket winner. You do want to see more of it, though. Okay, don't think like, oh, you missed your chance. Because you got to remember, friends, in 2021, the people who came to buy the tops, okay, who were just buying anywhere in 2021. Everybody buying in 2021, speculating for the future. Remember, they only got there because they saw a lot of other people who did the same and made a lot of money. Okay? So I know it gets frustrating as well, friends. Like, it's abundance mindset stuff. You got to remember as well, like, everybody missed everything in 2021. Everyone missed everything in terms of, if you were to get a list of all the coins that went up, and when you talk to someone, oh, I did well in 2021. Yeah, they were in like, what, 2 to 4 things, but like, there was like 300 stuff that moved, right? Or plus. Check this out as well, friends. So we have government shutdown, US government shutdown. I'll be honest, I haven't even seen the news. Has the US government actually shut down? This is just so boring to me because I've been hearing about this literally 12 years. I remember the first time I heard it, I go, oh, government shutdown. What's going to happen here? And then I remember, yeah, one of the traders in the office, Zinger. I remember Zing. God bless him, man, Zing. Ancient Chinese Tibetan monk from the office. And I remember him telling me, he goes, nah, it's bullshit. Market's going to go up. I couldn't believe. I'm like, because it felt like, man, just imagine the old Chinese guy. Imagine like you all these adventure games, right? You end up going through some cave and then you go through some mountain. You go to the top. There's like some ancient ruins and you go there and there's like this old guy and that gives you some quest or something out here. Yeah, this was Zing. This was Zinger. This is exactly what it was like. And I couldn't forget the audacity to say, oh yeah, the market's going to go up when the whole government is shut down. But then you end up doing research, right? They always shut down. This is funny, man. Friends, all over the interwebs now, you have all these like YouTube videos to give you examples and all these nice PowerPoint presentations. But back in the day, you didn't have that. It needed to be like word of mouth. You actually need to learn off people and stuff out here. Well, we're still learning together now, right? But it's so much easier just to show more information. Check this out as well, friends. So Stripe CEO says stablecoins will make bank shares yield. So that is huge news. Remember, stablecoin SuperCycle. The banks, friends, what they've done is they have they're going to bribe the politicians. They already have. They bribed the politicians to write the banking laws about stablecoins to protect themselves, which is because banks, they have their own network, right? But they're with the government. They are the government. So they want to hand out yield on your bank account only. So what they want to do is what they've already banned. They made it illegal to hand out yield if you are a stablecoin, which is interesting because it just increases the product market fit of any black market workaround, like PDI, for example. It's not a black market. I just said it like that because it's just, okay, we're not handing, it's not yield. It's just another token we're handing out. It's got no yield. It's called a fee. We hand out fees. We hand out revenue. You're allowed to hand out revenue, just like stocks. You hand out dividend. You know what I mean? Just rewrite it. But I think Coinbase CEO and Stripe, you gotta understand, like, all these other companies, they want to compete with Tether. So to compete with Tether, they have to offer yield. So now they're going to be pretty much slaughtering the banks and their influence with politicians so they can try allow this. But we'll see what happens, right? It's deep state stuff. Is a central bank going to allow that? They're probably going to want to have their own one that everyone gets in first. Bitmine now holds almost $12 billion worth of Ethereum. Remember, that's Chomly. Bitmine out here. Keep collecting Ethereum. Remember, we have Bitcoin and Ethereum, friends, the two biggest treasuries. Where all their MNAVs, though, the MNAVs of Ethereum digital asset treasuries, they're all pretty much below 1. A lot of them. So there's no premium for this stuff. You got to remember, if you're just acquiring stuff, what can you really do, man? Like, you just, okay, hold the token. Now what? You got to speculate and trade like everybody else. So we'll see how that all plays out. I'm staying way away from that. I don't want to touch all these new financial experimentation trash on Bitcoin and Ethereum when you just go straight into altcoins. It's probably, I think that's what's going to end up happening. Because remember, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they've watched all the other altcoins go to zero. So now there's a big product market fit by normies to be like, oh, I want more leverage, but let me just like, I want to stay with the Bitcoin camp. I want to stay with the Ethereum camp. That's what it comes down to. But I think they're end up making a mistake later on. German government, their decision to sell 50,000 Bitcoin at 54K has cost them $3.5 billion of profit. Shout out to all my sexy German ladies out there. When it comes to Germany, friends, you got to remember as well, they could just print the money. That's why it's silly. It's kind of like, you just print your currency anyway. However, it's not about Germany. It's not about them really like any of this scenario by itself. It's about, it's now, you've put the theoretical water pistol gun in everybody else's head in the world. And they go, hey, if you sell your Bitcoin and it goes up, you will have literally hundreds of millions of people calling you a poopy face. And it's true because like you could sell it. They know it's liquid. They know it's liquid. It's not some imaginary Ponzi thing, even though it does live on the internet. So hopefully this encourages more of these countries to do all this like turbo holding stuff, and we'll see how it all plays out. Bitcoin has surpassed 2.5 trillion market cap. Man, that's wild because I remember when I did the maths on this, it was like in 2018, 2019. I go, oh, so Bitcoin, every about $53,000 is a trillion market cap. Yeah, so around there. However, it's inflating, still inflating. Kind of funny, friends. Remember, just a friendly reminder, Bitcoin has inflation and Bitcoin hands out yield. And it's funny, friends. It was funny. People are talking about plasma chain or hex holders or whatever when it comes to the yield. Go, dude, do you know all the Bitcoin miners, they dump the shit out of Bitcoin too. They take profit and stuff. Taking profit, that's what they call it. No, we still believe in it. We still believe. Yeah, but you keep dumping. So, but that's the inflation over time is not as much of an impact because people believe in it long term. I think it's now important to see, friends, the Q4 results for crypto. Here we are, have loaded it. Q4 results. So in 2025, here we are. This is Ethereum quarterly return. This Q4 is currently loading up in the top right. It's around 9%. But the Q4 average for Ethereum is about 15 to 22 for the median, the average. Yes, after there. So we'll see how it goes. Like with these numbers as well, remember all those results were from 4-year bond duration government debt rollovers, okay? Now we're in the first time where it's a 5-year one. How does it get impacted? Forget the month-to-month stuff. You know what we're waiting for. We're waiting for some sort of seismic explosion which gets everybody into crypto. You know, we might call it a lightning rod moment. You know, like a thunderbolt that comes in, just zaps you out. We're looking for the lightning rod moment. We don't know what it's going to be. No one knows what it's ever going to be. I feel like everyone's ready for it. It's just everyone, even you hear this everywhere, friends. No one in the economy is the basic person out there. They got no money, man. Inflation was just too high. They're just eaten up into a lot of their discretionary spending has now come for like food and gas and stuff out here. So I know we don't get any good big giant stuff unless the bottom line of people start to do well. I don't know what it's going to take. A bit of interest rate moving, a bit of AI things. We don't know what it is. But I'm hopefully looking forward to some sort of resolution to that at some point this freaking decade because we've been waiting forever. The Bitcoin dominance, friends, is 59%. A lot of people still think this is going to go up to like 70 to 75, 80%. I don't give a crap. I'm just going to keep holding and see what happens out here. And if we're really wondering what's it going to take, what's it actually going to take for us to move up, you never know the exact thing, but you would look for gold to settle down. Once again, friends, gold is near its all-time high again. So, you know, it's going to be a while, right? I mean, gold, let's check it out on the weekly. Just have these, look at these amazing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green weeks in a row for gold. Has it even done that before? This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was 9. Whoa. So it has done stuff like that before. So yeah, but it's done that leading up to. So it has done these and then it settles down, actually. So yeah, it's very, very common for actually gold now. Look at it on its weekly chart. Very common. Like once every few years it does this. Yeah, so that's what we're pretty much waiting for. So most people in your portfolio strategy, I'm still continuing to hold. Nothing's changed. Pulse chain, altcoins, all the same shit, friends. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know what it's going to take. No one knows what it's going to take. We just hope that, you know, this year of the snake, it's pretty much hopefully it doesn't freaking continue to snake us by the end of this year. Next year's year of the horsey, and horses go neigh, and horses like to run fast. That's pretty much my crypto thesis. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you in the next one.